Peace is not the same as harmony. Peace is something that needs to be fought for. It needs to be a stasis that is strived for. And so if you want it, then we need to ask for it, fight for it, demand it. And I think this work shows that it is required to actually achieve it.
I see peace as the opportunity for humans to, eat well, raise their children, live under safe housing that doesn't interfere their quality of life. I see peace as opportunities for humans to be creative, to use their bodies in ways that feel good to them. I think it feels very simple to me, but we are living in a time where billionaires and governments and the abuse of power is obstructing those things, which are so simple. And again, childlike. There's a naivete to even my worldview. I accept that. It feels like something that you do have to fight for. You have to work towards. It's not an absence of something. It is a constant daily negotiation that is interfered with by individualism and desire for money and desire for power.
I know personally for me, I would come see the Artist in Residence show at the Diefenbunker every year. It was always a goal of mine to exhibit here because of how charged this space is. I think I underestimated how influenced I would be by the space and by the experience. We both were by this idea of site specific. We brought the work here and we're physically making the work on site. And so with having tours come through and spontaneously seeing the work from the beginning to the end changed my relationship with the work because it was incredibly intimate to both viewer and the space, that I couldn't make this, or I'm not sure you could make this in your studio, that this had to be made here. And so the whole team at the Diefenbunker was incredibly supportive for this type of work. I'm not sure that a project like this has been done before. And so this, trust in that we would get across the finish line, trust with the amount of material that we brought in, and trust that we would represent not only the artwork, but also the Diefenbunker when the viewers were looking at the work, was amazing for me.
The experience of working at the Diefenbunker has been really fascinating and really invigorating for both of our practices, I think. In particular, working inside this building is just so special. We've heard so many stories working with all the different team members about the historical nature of the space, but also kind of about the funny little, weird, strange stories that come up as a result. Those are things that have really been central to my understanding of the work that I've made while I've been here. Speaking with Diefenbunker staff and thinking more about this space that never had the opportunity to do its job was really interesting to me. It was sort of this defunct space the second it was created. That was really an interesting thing to me. And it speaks to me to the concepts inherent in our work around kind of isolation, containment, reality, the nature of reality. So very much the space was a part of my process.
I hope that people are reminded that this is an ongoing thing, that today can produce something better tomorrow, and that this is all a continuum of getting to a more peaceful world. So the use of archival imagery that for some folks remember from decades ago is just a reminder that where we are today is just a stepping stone, that this is not the end point.
I would like for people to walk away from these two installations, from this exhibition, with a sense of inward looking. I want people to walk away from this exhibition thinking about their own pasts, thinking about their experiences of peace, thinking about their experiences of flowers. I think, at least for me, the earth is very much present in this work. You know, both Neeko and I, our materials have to do with the earth, nature. We think about War and Peace as a human activity, but the natural world is always in conflict, and it becomes resolved. You know, death is a natural part of life. I'd like for people to walk away from here thinking more about how peace functions in their day-to-day life, and this idea of peace as actually, again, something to be worked towards, something that can be chipped away at from day to day, but the idea that peace has to be achieved within you before it can be achieved externally.
In addition to being an artist, I'm an educator, and so I teach both at the University of Ottawa and at the SPAO Photographic Arts Centre. I work a lot with students from a variety of ages and a variety of skill sets, and so I'm really interested in allowing artists to express themselves in photography. People can find out more about my work through my website, through my newsletter, or joining some of the events that happen at both educational spaces I work at.
If people want to engage with my work, they're welcome to follow me on social media. In particular, I am on Instagram at OLIJOHN. I also have a website and a newsletter, but I agree with Neeko. I think both of us are sort of community members first. We are both educators. I spent many years working with SPAO as well, and I also work at the University of Ottawa. So I think the Ottawa-Gatineau region, we are very much a part of the arts community here. So it's kind of like showing up in those spaces is a way to engage with us in our work.